Column, you don't need to put column. You can see the difference between this column. You can see this first column, gender column, is 9. This then the other one is 12. The reason why is that, let's go to the data view. Let's click on the data view. You can see this one, the gender is more wider than the what, than this other one, variable 2. It's more wider. So that one is just different. It's just showing the level of the wideness. Column. This column and this width and column, I don't really look at it because it's just by space. It's not talking about anything. So now let's move to align. Align means that, okay, do you want it to be in the left hand side? Do you want it to be in the right hand side? Do you want it to be in center? You understand? So that is the align. So now let's put it, it's left alignment. Let's put it to center alignment. You can see if you go to the data view, you can see that it has changed to center. Okay, let's go and change it back. Let's go and change it back to the right alignment. If you surely go to the right, you can see it has gone to the right. One thing about SPSS is that anything that you are doing in the variable view, it will surely be what is showing here in the data view. So that means that the variable view is the one that is controlling the data view. You understand? The variable view is the one that you label in the variable view. You just put your data in the data view. Then after, you now come to the variable view to do your labeling one by one. So that's alignment. So the next one now is what is measure. Measure means that, okay, what is the measurement scale? What is the measurement scale? Okay, if you click on this one, you know we have different type of measurement scale. Now here we have ordinal and nominal. Nominal means that, okay, in gender, male is not different to male to female. You understand? There's no ranking. There's no ranking there. Nominal is just number. Okay, for example now, nominal now. For example now, let's go to our value here. Value, right? Just click on this. You can see 1 is equal to m. Does not mean that m is more than. Does not mean that 1 is equal to m, 2 is equal to f. Does not mean that 2 female is more than m. No, that is nominal. That is the work of nominal. It does not mean that it's more than m. That is the work of nominal. You understand? So, but if you are using data in ordinal scale, this ordinal, that means that if you put in ordinal here, you are telling SPSS that, okay, in this value, these 2 that are assigned to female is more than male that are assigned 1 to. You understand? So that is what you are trying to tell SPSS. So anything that you are telling SPSS, that is what SPSS will do for you. You understand? So that's one thing about SPSS. So now you have to know your data very well. You have to know your data. You have to know the type of data you are holding. You have to know what you are really you want to measure. You understand? So now in this gender of a thing now, the measurement scale here is what is nominal. Based on what we want to analyze, is nominal. Understand? So now the input now, the role now is input. We input the data. You understand? You don't need to put target or both or none or partition or split. No, you don't need to put all these things. It's input you are going to put. You're going to put input there. So now let's go to the next one. The next one, which is data view. Let's go to data view, which is this scores, right? We say scores. So now let's go to our variable view. So we now put scores in the name. We put scores in small letter. We put scores. So now the type of data is what is numerical. Because if you go to back to your data view, you can see it's numerical. It's a number. You understand? They are number. So you can see it's a continuous number. It's a continuous data. They are continuous data. You understand? So that's it. Let's go back to the variable view. So you are going to choose nominal here. Numeric. So you cannot choose spring. It's not alphabet. You choose nominal and put OK. So all this width, you don't need to talk about it. This decimal now, okay, this decimal means that, okay, how many, it's just like decimal point, 2 decimal point, that is after the point, how many figures did you want? Okay, for example, now let's say we want 3, we are talking about our data is 4 figures after decimal. Let's go back to data view. You can see in data view we have 4 0 after the decimal point. We have 4 0 after the decimal point. So let's go back to variable view. You can see, okay, for example, let's just say 1 1 0 as decimal point. Enter. You go to data view, you can see it just have only 1 0. That means there are some data that they have decimal numbers. You understand? They have decimal numbers. Some have 3 decimal point numbers. You understand? They are the after point. They are like 3 figures. You understand? So that's it about that. So the next one is label. Label now we will now say student scores. Student scores. Student scores. You understand? You can see that in this place now, in the name, we cannot put student scores because there's space. There's space. This name of variable did not accept space. You see legal character. No, the only thing you can do here is to join them together. Student scores. Enter. You can see that it worked. It's to join them together. There's no need for space here. If you just put space, you do know. But in the label column, that is where you can put anything, any word that you want to put. You understand? For example, now if you are analyzing a questionnaire, if in question 1 you want to put all the statements here, you can put all the statements. It's just for you enlarge it like this. You understand? It's just for you can move it, and all of them will contain it. So that is that one. Now values. Now let's move to value. Value means that what did they mean? What are the figures? You can see in gender, our value means that 1 is equal to M, 2 is equal to F. You understand that anywhere they see M is 1, anywhere SPSS C to F is 2. You understand? So that is that. But for this one, for this course, you don't need to put anything because it's course, it's numerical. It's a numerical data, so you don't need to put anything. You can see they are numerical, they are scores. It's a numerical data. You don't need we don't label numerical data. We don't give it a value. Yes, if we give it a value, the SPSS we turn it to a nominal or data or ordinal scale. Yes, that's the logic here. So the missing. No, we don't need missing. Then column, no, you don't need it. You don't need column. Then alignment, you can put alignment anyone that you want to align. Okay, for example, center. Let's see center now. You can see it's in center. Are we together? Please, let's be together. Okay. So now measurement. Measure now. Measurement scale. You can see measurement scale. You can see measurement scale now. Okay, so it's scale. Scale means that it's a continuous number. It's a continuous number. It's continuous. It's a continuous number. That's the meaning of scale. You understand? If you click on it, you can see I explained ordinal. Ordinal is maybe if you are ranking it. Maybe, for example, now in the gender, you are saying that male is more than female. So you put male 2, you give female 1. But if it's nominal means that they are the same thing. Even though if you give male 1 and you give female 5, they are the same thing. It's just for identification. You understand? It's just for identification. So for this one, the scores is what is scale. It's scale because it's a continuous data. So the rows, The rows will be what? It will be input. Put it input. So this is the introduction to SPSS. You can see in summary, we have talked about variable view. Variable view, we talk about the name, we talk about type, we talk about width, we talk about decimal, we talk about label, we talk about value, we talk about missing column, alignment, measurement scale, and rows. You understand? We have talked about it. And again, here too, in the data view, we have talked about the gender, we have talked about the student, we have talked about the student scores. You understand? The second one. So in general now, we have talked about data view and variable view. I said that there in SPSS there are two views that you can work on: data view and variable view. You cannot work on data view and you not work on variable view. No, you have to work on data view, you have to work on variable view. You cannot work on variable view and you not work on data view. No, you have to work on data view. First work on data view, put your data in the data view. After you put your data in the data view, you now go to variable view to label it. You now go to variable view to label it. So that is one thing about SPSS. It is very simple. Just follow me. Just follow me. As I've give you this training now, please open your system and watch it. Because the more you are following me, the more you'll be adjusting to the software. That's one thing for SPSS. The more you are following me, the more you'll be adjusting to the software. The more you are following me, the more you'll be adjusting to the software. So that's how it is. So we have talked about the data view, we've talked about the variable view, we've talked about the menus. You can see menus. These menus now, we have new. That's if you want to create a new sheet, a new SPSS, a new data. If you want to import data, yeah, in SPSS you can import data from Excel. You import data from Excel. You understand? That's our second class. That's for tomorrow. How to what? Data importation. Data importation. That's what we are going to talk about tomorrow. Data importation. You can open data from Excel, from CSV, from test. That's Notepad, from SAS. You can see this SAS is a statistical tool. SAS is a statistical tool. Are we together? DBase is a statistical tool. Loton, they are statistical software. They are statistical software. All this one, SATA is a statistical software. SAS is a statistical software. All this is statistical software. You can see that they have in cooperation with SPSS. You know, that's what I'm telling you, that SPSS, anybody that want to go into data analysis, you have to just first know SPSS. Yes, if you know SPSS, the other things, the other software is just for you to grab them. So you can grab them. Yes, you can save your data, you can save as, you can export data, you can export data from here to Excel, from here to SAS, to Starter. Yes, last week I did this. I work on Starter after I work on SPSS after I work on SPSS, because it's very simple to use. I now transfer the data to Starter. That's when I now analyze. I now use programming. I now use my programming command to analyze the one of Starter. So that is it. So display. So there are many. There are many of them. So this one is when if you have if you have worked on it before. So edit. I'm just going so that maybe there's something that we did not do before. We did not check before. So edit. We have edit. We have view. We have data. We have transform. You understand? You have analysis. Analyze. We are going to work. That's where we are going to work on. We are going to work on analyze. We are going to work on analyze. Descriptive statistic. You are going to work on statistics. frequency and descriptive statistics. We are going to work on it. We are going to work on payments difference. We are going to work on one sample to test. We are going to work on two sample to test and ANOVA. We are going to work on PPMC, where yes, PPMC correlate. We are going to work on correlate with PPMC. We are going to work on that one. So those are the things we are going, and we are going to work on chi-square. Yes, our chi-square. We are going to work on chi-square, non-parameter statistics. Chi-square is non-parameter statistics. You understand? It's a non-parameter. Why t-test, ANOVA, PPMC, they are parametric statistics. So all of them have their own parameters. You understand? You can't just do. That's one thing about analysis. That's one thing about analysis. Before you can say that, okay, I want to use chi-square, you have to know, okay, what and what. Okay, the type of data you want to use, the type of your hypothesis you stated, the depth of data, your hypothesis you stated, the data, how you collect your data. Those three things, they are very, very important in determining the statistical tools. You can't just say that. You can't just see some data, you say, okay, you want to use PPMC. No, you have to look at the hypothesis stated. You have to look at the type of data. You have to look at the type of collection, data collection. You understand? By the time you do all these things, you know the type of your data, you know the hypothesis, you understand, you know the type of data collection, you now know, okay, this is what you want to use, this is the method you want to use. Because you cannot just jump to a starting method. Okay, I want to use chi-square. No, that's not advice. That's one thing, a lot of mistake that is going on, that many people are facing. Yes, and you know, there's a lot of, well, so that is about that. That's about that. So I will close for today. Yeah, we will see tomorrow at God grace. And again, we please right, because before you ask me any question, watch this video twice and practice it more. Take it step by step, use it best step by step. You understand? So that's how we are going to do. So if you do that, then we can now discuss. You can now come to my DM and we discuss about it. We start our mentorship immediately. Yes, SPSS, you are going to know SPSS. Yes, thank you. See you tomorrow.